Have you told them, Lady Grantham?
She's told us nothing.
Do sit down. I've come into possession of a villa in the south of France. What villa?
I think it's lots of things, and I feel like I have a different answer for it every time, but ultimately I think people find it really comforting. I think it's like, you know, seeing old friends again. Yes, absolutely, yeah, the crew and the film coming into the house really sort of shakes it up a bit, because it is like the kind of outside world coming into Downton, which is really fun. It just kind of puts everybody out of their comfort zones, and it's really fun to see the characters in a different light.
Oh, amazing. I was a big fan of Downton before, so to get the call to say, do you want to, you know, talk to Simon Curtis about Downton Abbey, it was like, yes, I do really want to talk to him about that. So yeah, amazing.
How does your character shake things up?
How does she shake things up? Well, she comes in, she acts like a complete diva. She's pretty rude and leaves a bad taste in quite a few people's mouths. But then hopefully we see why she is the way she is, and she has her big turnaround moment at the end. So, yeah.
Is that fun to play?
Really fun. Yeah, really fun. It's the best.
I think it's a real escape for them, especially in this time when every news story seems to be more depressing than the last. This is a movie that just takes you in its arms and embraces you and gives you a little bit of a reprieve. In a lighthearted way, I mean, the outside world encroaches when a film crew move in to make a movie in the house. And so that is the real world knocking on the door, but it's fun and entertainment rather than the wheels of history.
I mean, I guess Julian's storytelling, and, you know, he's written this really diverse world of all these, you know, interesting and different characters, and I feel like there's a character in there for everyone to relate to and, you know, love or love to hate or whatever your thing is. So yeah, whatever his magic is, it seems to work. So I'm very, very happy to be back. I mean, obviously we've been through a very sort of interesting time over the last 2 years, and as a world, and the world's still going through, you know, sort of huge change and heartache. And I actually think this time the movie is a sort of, you know, a shift from that. It's really about positivity, and it's really a bit of escapism for people, and I think that's probably what we all need at the moment. Yeah.
It was murder being in the south of France, especially it was just pouring down with rain in England, and I was forced to send pictures to all the cast members who never got to make it. Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, Highclere Castle looks out over the rolling English countryside, and the villa in the south of France looked down on the Mediterranean. It was a pleasure. Yeah, well, there always is whenever we get back, because, you know, we've been going for, you know, with the TV series and the gaps between the films about 12 years now, I suppose. So there's always and you never normally get to do that with the TV or film. So to go back and meet up with the gang, you know, and some of whom we stay in touch between the jobs and some we don't, you know, but then it's falling back into the old ways. It's nice. It's a good feeling, especially as we're doing something that brings a lot of pleasure to people.
It's been so fun to play, and yeah, I think she really evolved through the series, and I love that in this film we're sort of not forgetting that and getting her back at work, which, yeah, I love that side of her.
Where would you like Edith to be in, say, 20 years' time after this?
Good question. I guess, you know, just taking over the world as editor of Vogue, and yeah, I think, you know, the sky's the limit for her and her ambition, I think, which is cool.
Well, it's always fun to be on a red carpet, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's fun to be back with Downton in the Downton Club, you know, and it's been going on so long now. I mean, it's 12 years or 13 since I began working on this, which in showbiz is extraordinary. I mean, pretty long in politics, you know, or anything else. And so it's been good fun, really. And we, you know, it was quite difficult during COVID, but it's nice that they overcame that and managed to get the film done. Right. I mean, a number of times I thought this was the end, you know, and I don't know. I mean, if the audience want it, if the cast want it, I won't stand in their way, as they say. But, you know, we've had a pretty good run, whatever happens.
It seems the public only want films that talk.
I should have thought the best thing about films is that you can't hear them. Be even better if you couldn't see them either.